Hi, my name is Erica Portell. I'm from the Oklahoma City Ballet and I teach in our community engagement programs. And I have a fun dance class today for you that you can do some movement and stretching at home. You don't need to have any dance experience. You'll be able to just follow along and it's going to be fun. Today's class is all about feelings. So not just feelings you have as a person, but the different feelings music can have and how it influences our movement or dancing. So first I'm going to teach you two words that we use in music to describe the quality of the sound. And the words are pizzicato and legato. So pizzicato literally means plucked, and it's going to sound very sharp and separated. So if I were to show you by talking, it would sound like this. It's very sharp and separated. So when I think of the kind of movement that goes with that, it always makes me think of like a robot. So how a robot would move, very sharp and separated. And if I had to put a feeling with it, it's sort of maybe determined or focused. It could even be angry. So then the other kind of music is legato. And if you say it like that, legato, it perfectly describes what the music will sound like. It's smooth and connected, just like my talking. And it makes your movement that way too. It's fluid. We can use it to show that we're sad or just graceful, or sometimes if our character is someone important, we use a legato movement to show that we're royalty. So our warm-up today is going to have two sections of music that you're going to be able to hear very clearly are either pizzicato or legato. So when you hear the pizzicato music, you're going to move your body sharp and fast, whatever way you want. When you hear the legato music, you're going to move it smoothly. So I have an assistant with me here today. This is Bailey. She's a student here at the Oklahoma City Ballet, and she's going to help us too. So when we're doing our movement, you can do the same movement Bailey's doing. If you're not sure what to do, you can do what she's doing, or you can feel free to create your own pizzicato and legato movement. All right, here we go. It's pizzicato, sharp, separated, kind of like a robot. And now maybe some legato movement. Any way you want. Pizzicato movement. Legato. Good. Pizzicato. Legato. Pizzicato. Sharp, separated. Legato. Excellent. Could you hear the difference in the music when it was pizzicato and legato? I like it that the words sound like what the movement actually is. Pizzicato. Legato. Yes, good. So now that we've moved our bodies around a little bit, I think that we're ready to stretch. So I'm going to have Bailey start standing up. Sorry, that's different, right? Come forward. And Bailey has her feet in a position that we call parallel. So parallel is just a fancy word for standing with our feet together. And we're going to do some stretches where we bend forward. And we're going to kind of use the idea of the pizzicato and the legato. So I'm going to have Bailey raise her arms, legato. Good. Now she's going to melt and bend her knees. And she touches the floor, stretching those straight legs. And her hands reach all the way to the ground when her legs are straight. Could you turn to the side so they can see? But not everybody's hands touch all the way to the floor. They probably will if you keep stretching. If they don't reach, yep, you're just going to hang. Now to roll up, she's going to bend her knees again, and she melts up. Melts up, yeah. So it's legato. So I want to remind you where you bend your knees so you can protect your back. You breathe in. Good. She bends her knees to melt. She touches the floor and straightens her legs. Then she bends her knees to roll up. Good. So that's the legato part of our stretching. Then I'm going to tell Bailey to sit down. You want to scoot forward just a bit? Now we're going to do some stretching that's a little bit more pizzicato, and she's going to use her feet to do it. So I want Bailey to flex her feet, flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, Now she's back to legato. Stretch forward and melt. Good, her legs are straight. It doesn't matter if you can reach your toes, it's just that your legs are straight, okay? So a pizzicato and legato, okay? We're gonna keep following that pattern and you'll be able to just follow along with Bailey. All right, you wanna stand up? Show me that parallel position. Are your feet in parallel? Are your feet glued together? Are your legs glued together? Are your hands on your hips standing up really tall? Excellent. Good, nice and legato. She inhales and stretches down, melting. Straight legs. Bend your knees, roll up. Good, inhale, nice and smooth. Bend your knees, you melt. And stretch, straight legs. And rolling up. Good, 2 more times. And bend your knees. See if you can go a little farther this time. Straight legs. Roll up. Last time. Inhale. Forward. Straight legs. Excellent. And bend to roll up. Good. Have a seat. Come forward just a bit. Now we have pizzicato. Sharp and point. Yes, point. And back. Point. Melt. Legato. She melts. Long legs. Relax your head. Roll up, Bailey. Sitting up tall. Sharp feet. Back. Forward. Back. Flex. Point. One more. Flex. Point, and reaching down, melt. Long legs. All right, rolling up. Bailey's gonna sit crisscross. Good, now she's gonna reach her hands in front of her. Good, and switch. Switch which leg's on top, Bailey. Can you switch your legs around? And she reaches forward again. Good, that looks great. Okay, roll up, both legs out front again. She's gonna bend one knee. Good, and she's going to turn and look that way. Good. See how her arm touches her knee right there? And switch sides. Good, and facing the front, legs out again. This time she's gonna put the soles of her feet together, stretching forward with a heavy head, just relaxing. Good. And roll up. That looks great, Bailey, thank you. Okay, so I told you class today would be all about feelings, and there's 2 different ways we're gonna talk about this. Different music can make you feel different ways. So I'm gonna play some different kinds of music. They're not alike at all, they're very different. And they may be things that you've never heard before. I want you to think about how it makes you feel. Does it remind you of a part in a movie that's scary? Do you hear it and it makes you feel sleepy? Does it remind you of a time when you were sad? So one of my favorite things about music and dancing and art is it's a great way to express how you're feeling. So it can be how you're feeling that day. Did you have a fight with a friend and you're angry? Are you sad that you don't get to do something you want to? And so dancing can be a great way to sort of let those feelings out. So when you hear the music, I want you to, 1, think how it makes you feel. Does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel silly, angry? Does it remind you of something that you've done before or heard before? And then you're gonna let your body move that way. There's no way to do it wrong. You can do it silly, serious. It can be small. It can be as simple as moving your hands or swaying side to side or walking. Or it could be something really big if it makes you feel like jumping The only rules are you don't hurt yourself or break anything around you. So Bailey, I'm gonna ask you to come forward and I'm gonna play the music. And Bailey does a lot of dancing, so I bet she's gonna have some dance in her movement. But I think also she'll probably have some small, quiet movement, maybe some walking, maybe something silly. If you're not sure what to do, you can follow Bailey and do what she's doing, or you can create your own kind of movement. If you hear the music and you just wanna sit quietly and think about what it sounds like or makes you feel like, that's fine too. You ready? Let's see what this first one feels like. Good. Good. Now do some movement to show me how it makes you feel. This is how it makes me feel. Good. It also makes me feel kind of like this. Excellent. Let's stop that one. So think for a minute, how did it make you feel? It might be different than how it made your friend feel. I think at the beginning it made Bailey feel peaceful, but it made me feel sleepy. But then it also reminded me of a time when I was sad. And so I moved my body like I was sad. How can you move your body like you're sleepy? Let's think about that. We could pantomime the yawning, which we did, and I also did, I pretended I was sleeping. How do you move when you're sleepy? How does your posture when you're sleepy? I feel like I don't stand up very straight. My feet sort of shuffle. Yes, I think that's a good way to show sleepy. All right, let's try the next kind of music. Good. Good, that's pretty, Bailey. Can you show me, what does this music make you feel like? This is what it makes me feel like I'm in a hurry. Yes, I'm in a hurry. It makes me a little anxious. Excellent, good. Okay, so how did that music make you feel? It made me feel like I had more energy. I wasn't sleepy anymore. It made me feel like I needed to hurry. Like almost like I was a little worried I was gonna be late for something. That's what it made me feel like. So then I moved my body fast. Also, if you're worried, how do you stand maybe? I feel like I stand up really tall and maybe I'm really tense. Yes, good. What kind of movement did you do? Were you worried? Did it make you go fast? Let's try one more. Ooh, wow. I agree. That's excellent, Bailey. Good, me too. It makes me feel like I'm in charge. Yes, it makes Bailey show her muscles. Excellent, good. Okay, so that song is actually from a famous opera, and it's used a lot in movies. Have you heard that in a movie before? It reminds me of the part where maybe there's gonna be a battle or a fight. So it makes me feel like I need to be really strong and I need to show that I'm in charge. So with your body, with your movement, how could you show you're in charge? I think taking up a lot of space. Yes, good. So we experimented with lots of different ways to move our body during those exercises. We moved, softly, quietly, slowly, like we were anxious, we were angry, we were in charge. We had lots of different kinds of movement in there. So some of it was fast and some of it was slow. And we also did a little bit of pantomime. So in ballet, when we are telling a story, there's no talking. So you have to use your dance and your movement to tell the story. The good news is you already know how to pantomime. Yeah, let's practice some you already know. Show me, stop, don't come over here. Show me, come over here. Does your mom or your dad or grandma, grandpa ever do that one to you? Come over here. Or like if you're in big trouble, come here now. Yes. And then what about if your stomach hurt? How would you pantomime that? Or your head hurt? Good. What about if you were scared? That one's a little harder. How would you pantomime I'm scared? Yes. Or how would you pantomime you really like someone? Excellent. So you already know how to pantomime. There are a couple of ways we use pantomime in ballet that you learn that are specific gestures or things you do with your body. And we're going to learn a really fun one. This one is in the Nutcracker. If you've ever seen this one, if you've ever seen the Nutcracker, there's a part where Father Stahlbaum tells everyone to dance. So the pantomime for Let's Dance goes like this. So we're sort of drawing a little circle in the air over our head, and that's the pantomime for Let's Dance. So we're going to do a pantomime that goes like this. Would you, so I'm saying you, like to dance, and then I'm going to point at myself, with me. Now, why am I doing these pantomimes so big? Because in ballet, people are sitting far away from us sometimes, and we have to make our pantomimes very big and dramatic. So I'm going to say, would you like to dance with me? Then we are going to do a little bit of some waltz music, and we're going to sway from side to side, kind of like we're ice skating. 1, 2. Yes, Bailey's using her arms that way. I like to use mine this way, and we're going to sway from side to side. Then we have a ballet step that we are going to do. It has a fancy name. Ballet words are in French. It is called chasse. It means to chase. So one foot's going to chase the other. So Bailey is sliding like she's on ice skates. Chasse. Good. And can you do a couple in a row? Like you can switch feet maybe. Chasse, chasse, chasse. You can also go to the side like this. Chasse, chasse. So when you do the chasse, you're going to bend your knees first, plie, and then you slide your feet like you have ice skates on. Chasse. Now to make our chasse even fancier, we're going to do something with our arms. It is called arabesque. It's one of my favorite fancy positions, and Beta's going to show us, and I'm going to describe what it looks like. So her leg is long in the back. Her arms are kind of like a giant alligator mouth. Or like she's trying to show off if she had a watch, some fancy rings, new gloves, she's trying to show those off. So when we do chasse, we're going to practice doing arabesque. Yes? So let's practice all the things we're going to do before we turn on the music. We have the pantomime. So I'm going to say pantomime, and we're going to do, would you like to dance with me? And we're going to sway from side to side. Good. And then I'm going to do chasse, chasse, arabesque, chasse, arabesque, chasse, arabesque. Okay? We could also go this direction. Chasse, arabesque. It will be super easy to follow along. You'll just do what we do. All right, let's try. Let's just practice the part where we say, let's dance. Good. We're going to practice our swaying. Yes, I like Bailey's changing her arms. Good. Arms down. Show me the pantomime. Would you like to dance with me? Holding very still. Listen. Sway. Show me your arabesque. Arabesque. Show me your pantomime. Would you like to dance with me? Sway. Arabesque. Arabesque. Good. Show me your pantomime. Would you like to dance with me. Good. Now chasse to the side. Chasse. Chasse. Good. Going the other way. Chasse. Chasse. Good. Show me your pantomime. Would you like to dance with me? Good. Do it again without saying it. And we sway. And chasse, arabesque. Chasse, arabesque. Good. Skate anywhere you want. Skate. Slide your feet. Slide your feet. Good. Show me your pantomime. Let's practice our arabesque. Ready? Chasse. Arabesque. Good. Go the other way. Chasse. Arabesque. Good. That made a fun picture. Excellent. Let's stop there. Good job. Did anyone recognize that music? We were talking about the pantomime being from the Nutcracker. That was the Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker. Okay? So we were talking about music having different feelings. It can make you happy, sad, angry, tired, or help you express those feelings. It can also help you know how to move your body, like we did at the beginning when we did pizzicato and legato. Do you remember what those words meant? Pizzicato was plucked. It was sharp and separated. Legato was smooth and connected. So you can do this same movement and make it pizzicato or legato. You can make it sharp, you can make it soft. So we just learned that fancy step, that position we did, arabesque. Can you show me that one, Bailey? Good. So Bailey just did a really beautiful legato arabesque. Can you show me that again? It was very smooth and flowing. Good. Can you show me one that is pizzicato? Boom. See how she got there fast and her arms sort of sliced through the air instead of moving gently through the air? Good. Let's try the other side. Let's see what that looks like. Can you show us legato? It's so smooth. It's very pretty. And now pizzicato. Show me. Boom. Excellent. Good. So we're going to do an activity that's going to help you show the difference in your body between movement that is sharp and separated and smooth and connected. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We are in first position. So it's like a giant piece of pizza. So your toes just go out a little bit to the side, not quite that much, Bailey. A little more like a pizza. There you go, that looks good. All right, so first, we're going to do legato. So our arms are going to wave. 1 and 2. We kind of look like beautiful birds, right? And 3 and 4. Hips. Now we're going to do a movement that is pizzicato. We're going to jump. So I'm going to have Bailey show you so I can stay facing the front. She's going to jump and face the side. Face the side. Face the back. Face the side. Face the front. Good. Now when she jumps, before she jumps, she bends her knees. When she lands, she bends her knees. Yes, so if you can imagine if you were going to drop something, let's say a glass dish from up high, and you drop it on the hardwood tile floor. It breaks, right? What if you put a bunch of pillows and blankets on the floor and then you drop the plate? It doesn't break, right? So that's what your knees are going to do when they do plie, to bend. So she's going to jump and her knees bend to keep her safe. Okay, so we have, just to review, we have legato, 2, 3, 4, and then we have pizzicato, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Excellent. Let's try that a couple times with music. Legato. And now pizzicato, jump, jump, jump. That's excellent, Bailey. Good, are you doing it with us? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now pizzicato, 1. Bend those knees. 3. Good, I think you can do it again. I'm loving it, you're doing so good. And you do 1, 2, 3. Here's your very last time, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent, good job. One thing that helps me understand how different movement can have different feeling or quality is to think about water. Let's think about all the different ways that we can have water. Water can fall out of the sky as raindrops. It could be waves. It could be ice. It could be icicles. It could be snow. So do icicles and rain feel the same? Do they move the same? No, but they're both still water. Okay? So I want you to think about water, and we're going to do a little bit of improvisational movement, meaning you can move any way you want. The only direction I'm going to give you is what kind of water you are. I might say you're raindrops. You could make your whole body be the raindrop. Your fingers could be the raindrops. The raindrops could fall on you. Or I might say snowflakes. Maybe you're catching them. Maybe you are a snowflake. Icicles, waves. I'm just going to tell you different ways to be water. If you're not sure what to do, you can do what Bailey's doing or what I'm doing, but you can also create your own way of moving. I want you to remember that if you decide to jump, remember that you do plie or bend your knees, plie, before you jump. You could also maybe use your arabesque that we practice. Can you show us that again, Bailey? Excellent. You could even use chasse when we practice ice skating. Or you can create your own unique movement. All right, let's try it. I would like to see waves. Being waves. Good. Can you show me ice? How can you move like ice? Or maybe you're moving on ice. Good. And now show me raindrops. What do you think? Raindrops, excellent. What if there were puddles? What if there were puddles all over the floor? What would you do? Puddles, good. What about snow? What if you were snow? How do snowflakes blow through the air? What if you had snowballs? What would you do? Good. Pick any kind of water you would like to be. Pick your choice. That's excellent. Good job. Okay, you did an excellent job being different kinds of water. So one part of our body that really helps us communicate feelings is our arms. In ballet, we call exercises that use our arms porte-bras. It means literally to carry your arms. So let's talk about some arm positions that we use in ballet. I'm gonna have Bailey put her feet back in that pizza place, first position, and I'm gonna make a pizza too, and we're gonna talk about 3 positions today. En bas means on the bottom. It's kind of like you're holding something heavy, but also that you don't want to break. So sometimes I say it's a giant golden egg. It could be a giant snowball. It's not something you want to squish. En bas. Then we have En avant. It's in the front. It's kind of like if you were making a basketball hoop and somebody's gonna try to shoot a basket in it. En avant. The last one is en haut. En haut. En haut is at the top, the very highest. So you're standing really tall, your fingers reach, reach, reach. They're almost touching, but not quite. Good. So let's try that again. Ready? Arms en bas, arms en avant, arms en haut. Excellent. So we're going to do a little exercise that helps us practice each of those arm positions. Arms en bas to begin. Holding still, standing tall. En avant. En haut. En avant. En bas. Good. Now just using one arm. En avant. En haut. And all the way out down to en bas. Other side. En avant. En haut. All the way down to en bas. Good. Now we're going to use both of our arms. En avant. En haut. All the way down to en bas. Good. Holding still. Excellent. So a good way you can practice this, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, is think about how you use your body to tell people things even when you don't talk. For example, if there's somebody you want to come talk to you, if there's somebody you don't want to see, or even if you think like in the movies or like a cartoon, how does the bad guy stand? What does he do with his hands? What if you're surprised? Yes, so I want you to think about the ways that you use your body to tell people things without even using your face. What does this tell you? Maybe stay away from me. Yes. So to be a good dancer, we also have to be good storytellers. So I want you to be thinking about what you can use your body to tell a story. All right, so we're going to end class by doing a reverence. That is how we say thank you to each other for class. And you've actually already practiced the arm positions, so you're going to be an expert. We had en bas, en avant, en haut. We're going to use all of those. And then at the end, you're going to do a bow or a curtsy. You can pick. Bailey's going to show you the curtsy. It's kind of like you have a fancy jacket or a skirt maybe, and you hold it out and dip low. Yes, her foot's behind. Or you can bow like this. Your feet are together, and you just bow your head a little. All right, let's do this port de bras, or reverence. Arms en bas. And your right arm moves. Excellent. How does it feel? What does the music feel like? And Bailey will curtsy, I will bow, you pick. And the other side. Two arms. Bow or curtsy. Standing tall in first position. Excellent. Thank you so much for dancing with us today. I hope that you'll remember that dancing and the arts are a great way to experience your feelings and to communicate with human beings around you. Thank you so much.